And now to those new concerns about the flu, which could soon reach epidemic levels. Experts are very concerned about the strain that's spreading this year. And ABC's Gio Benitez has the latest.
This morning, emergency rooms across the nation filling up. The rate of flu hospitalizations doubling in just 1 week, according to the CDC, in one of the worst seasons in recent history. Sending Americans like Paula Paris to the doctor with symptoms like high fever, severe chills, and muscle aches.
I felt so incredibly cold, like to my bones.
The CDC says this year's dominant strain, H3N2, is known to be especially dangerous, making its victims much sicker much more quickly than other types of flu.
Historically, it's been associated with a higher incidence of mortality, both in the elderly population and in the very young population.
Some public health officials fear this is just the beginning. California already hit especially hard with 124 deaths across San Diego and Los Angeles counties alone.
In terms of where we go from here, there is a little bit of unpredictability to flu activity.
And we're live now here at Mount Sinai Hospital in New York. And one of the things they're doing here for very sick patients admitted to the hospital is they might want to go ahead and do a DNA test to see what kind of flu they have. So I want to show you this. This is actually one of those DNA tests. It's a swab, a nose swab, and it gives them the result in about an hour. Michael?
All right, thank you very much for that, Gio. And for more, we're joined by Dr. Daniel B. Jernigan. He's the director of the influenza division at the CDC. And Doc, thank you so much for joining us. And you say the CDC hates this strain of the flu. Why is this so bad? And I guess the other question, why is there such a big surge of it right now?
Yeah, there's a couple things here. At CDC, we monitor influenza very closely. And what we're seeing is that this year, the influenza season started earlier, and it seems to be peaking right about now. And so it's about a month earlier than it normally would be peaking. And so lots of cases happening in lots of states all at the same time. And so that's what I think people are feeling right now.
And we're getting a lot of questions from our viewers, and most of the questions end up like this at the end. Is it true that the shot is only about 10% effective this year? And if that is true, why is that?
Well, I think let me take a step back and just say that this year the cases that we're seeing, like you mentioned, are due to H3N2, which is a virus that whenever it shows up, it causes lots of disease, lots of hospitalizations, lots of cases, and lots of deaths. And we know that the influenza vaccine is the best way to prevent influenza, but in H3N2 seasons, it is not as effective as it is for the other viruses that circulate. And so the 10% is a very low estimate that came out of Australia over their season last summer. The same kind of virus that we had last year was around 33% effective for the H3 component. It's actually more effective for the other parts of the vaccine that are trying to prevent the other flus that are circulating.
So even though it doesn't prevent the flu, it could make it a little bit less severe if someone were to get the flu. And why is this strain? Why is there such a big surge of it right now this year?
Well, there's a lot of reasons for that. It may be that some of the weather has something to do with it. The virus was able to start circulating in time so that when folks went home for Thanksgiving or they went home for Christmas, they were able to transmit it to the folks that they're with. And because of that, it's able to circulate quickly. But we know that this particular virus does cause more cases and it can be more severe.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.